how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money and crypto and you want to win a full Bitcoin, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Guys, we are moving faster than ever, close to 1 million subs. When we get there, we'll have a party and we'll give away a Bitcoin and some Ethereum and some Cardano. And who knows what we might do? I don't know what I'll dress up as. Maybe I'll dress up like $1 million. Sorry, I dress like that every day. Guys, today we have got some huge. Let me tell you what the most shocking thing is. Did somebody call me Latte Boy? Does that say Latte Boy? It says Late Boy. Oh, thanks, guys. Guys, let me tell you what I think the most fascinating story of the day is. We're not going to get into it right now. But what I find to be super fascinating is that Tesla sold 10% of their Bitcoin. And we're going to look at the numbers. I'm going to tell you why it's not really that concerning. But Tesla sold 10% of their Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's up today. It's weird the way in a bull market, Tesla buying Bitcoin shoves the price up to the sky. But selling it, not so much. And I've been telling you guys for a while that this narrative, that all of these large corporations and that all of these financial institutions that are buying Bitcoin, that they will absolutely not sell any at all. I just don't think that's true, guys. I mean, I think they will cash out the top. You look at the ones that have the most money, like PayPal and Grayscale, maybe they're not going to. But Tesla, I mean, hey, they made more in this Bitcoin sale probably than they made the whole year, I would think.
Yep.
That's so...
They made more from holding Bitcoin for a few months than they have in years of selling cars.
Yeah.
Profit.
Amazing. Well, that's what happens when you sell bumper cars. The bumper car market is down, guys. Bumper car market is down. But anyways, we got a lot of that stuff going on. We're going to be talking about a big entrance into NFTs. You would think, right? You would think that NFTs, the wave is over. It's dead, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess who's coming in? Guess who's coming in hot? Binance. So we're going to be talking about that. Guys, NFTs are, it's not, this shirt one day is not going to say make it an NFT night, and that's a nostalgia joke. This is the future, okay? NFTs are the Netflix. They're changing the game permanently. We talked about it a lot. Today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have Ryan Tedder from the band One Republic. Do you call him a band or a group?
Either one.
Yeah, I don't know. But the lead singer of One Republic, and I was very interested to find out as I was researching him. Of course, I know who One Republic is. I listen to Poppy Station sometimes, especially when we got the kids in the car. And, they play One Republic songs, so I definitely know who they are. But I was surprised to find out he wrote Rumor Has It by Adele. He wrote Burn by Ellie Goulding. He wrote a lot of Halo by Beyonce. He wrote a lot of the most popular songs out there. And Jay Chains tells me that he is, because Ryan had mentioned on this interview you'll see today at 3 about Songland. I didn't know that show existed. Jay Chains, Texas Justin, he told me that that's like the best show on TV. He loves it. So he watches it a lot. So I don't know if you guys have checked that out, but he's obviously doing NFTs, but he's got a lot of interesting stuff to say. I really love his attitude about, he likes blockchain more than Bitcoin. And I think that is very interesting because I think that's a good way to look at things. That's why we believe in the potential of what cryptocurrency can do, not just what Bitcoin can do. So definitely an interesting interview. And then special video tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, portfolio update video. We made some massive changes to our portfolio, and maybe about $5 million. And so really excited to show you guys these big changes, these coins that we bought. I have 3 coins in this portfolio. One of them is did not change, but I have 2 new entrants into my top 3 most profitable coins of all time. That's how good of a month 2 of the projects had tonight. So I'm going to tell you about all the changes we had. Definitely want to come back to that. What is that over there?
Nothing. ETH is also breaking all-time highs right now, so we're going to be looking at that. So smash the likes if you love ETH and you want to get the
golly.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. These transaction fees, man, they may be getting lower, but the price is getting higher. That's amazing. That was a shot at Dogecoin. I have the world's largest Dogecoin YouTuber sitting on my couch right now. So I just want to tell you guys about that. I might let him come up for a minute. Not right now. Maybe, Matt. I mean, final stand. Maybe. We'll see. It just shows if y'all hound us enough in the super chats, you may get what you want. Yeah. Someone says, BitBoy while door dashing to supplement my portfolio. Blessed Tuesday indeed. Yes, have a blessed Tuesday. ETH right now, new all-time high right now, 26.55. 26.55. We heading to 3K. It's coming. When are BitBoy cards coming to staking? I don't know what that means.
They're
What are we
talking
doing,
about
staking?
our planet. We are in discussion with them now. It's going to be probably, I don't have an exact timeline, but we're working on that.
Okay. Well, there you go. New all-time high again, 26.59. Wow, this is sexy right now. God, this has put me in a little bit of a better mood today. Slightly. Okay, so guys, we had a big story. I want to cover this first, guys. We're all crypto people now. Now, this is from one of the news publications in the world that I hate the very most, which is the New York Times. I keep getting New York Times given to me for free in my Webull account, and I just keep selling it. But now the New York Times says we're all crypto people. Oh, cool, New York Times. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have gone from curiosity to punchline to viable investments. Where you been at, NYT? I've been here the whole time. Where you been at? How low will Ethereum go after the bull run? I don't know. That's from Chris Lopez. We won't know how low it goes until we see the peak of the market. So, you told me to flex, Justin? Oh, you were fixing your hair? I thought you were telling me to flex. Oh, we'll flex on them. Okay. But, guys, this is just very interesting. This is mainstream. This is the New York Times. They've got this. It's all part of our wild new YOLO, FOMO, LOL economy, where stocks only go up. Memes count as financial advice, and stimmies by himmies. I have a himmy myself. It's not particularly rational, but neither is a year of pandemic isolation and burnout, a money printing Fed, and a K-shaped recovery with a potential new roaring 20s on the horizon. So there's a very interesting story. Also, guys, just so you know, I was interviewed on Friday by the Wall Street Journal. So I don't know for sure. My quotes will make it in there, but you can be looking on a Wall Street Journal article out there pretty soon. If you head on over to my Twitter, by the way, guys, the final stand gang are you Lord Popes?
Lord Popes, no, we're not.
Okay, just make sure. He says final stand gang. I want to make sure it's not you in the back super chatting me from my couch. Anyways, we'll get there in a minute. The thing is here is that if you go to my Twitter account, we got 285.1K. We're trying to get this up to 300K here pretty shortly. If you scroll down to this tweet right here, this is from Connor Goodwin, this guy I talked to on Friday. He's working on a story. This may be a separate story, same story, I'm not sure. He's working on a story about crypto TikTok influencers looking to speak to someone, ideally a younger new investor that made big gains following Crypto Indio, Virtual Bacon DAO. I love Virtual Bacon on TikTok. He's a great guy. BitBoy Crypto, Blockchain Boy, another guy I really like on TikTok. I like all of those people. They're all good people. And or learn the basics of crypto investing from TikTok DM me. So if you want to maybe get a quote in the Wall Street Journal, if you guys have made money for watching this channel and you maybe found us on TikTok or you're watching us on TikTok now on the live stream, you guys can head on over to our Twitter and then hit up old Connor Goodwin. No better thing than a good win, right? But much better last name than Bad Loss. Connor Bad Loss. Maybe a bad name. But anyway, and apologies to the bad losses out there. Connor Goodwin, with the Wall Street Journal, you guys can go and do that. Maybe get a quote in there. If you guys have made money by watching this channel, I want you to do two things. I want you to smash the like button. And then I also want you guys to put $3 in the chat so we see you. Okay, so also we do have, we're going to start Market Watch over because I haven't even got there yet. We started the show a little bit different today than normal. Right now we're sitting at 855,000 subscribers. So we're only 145K away from 1 million subscribers. And if you guys know, we've been getting about 145,000 subscribers every month for the last few months. So we think by the end of May, we will be there. And of course, don't forget to go follow Hit Network and New Money Gang, our two other shows. Look at all those. So many people have made money on this channel that YouTube thinks that you're spamming the chat. So appreciate that, guys. You guys are awesome. Make sure to smash the like button. How many people do we watch? What are our numbers right now?
About 10,000 watching and 2,000 likes.
Okay, it's better than yesterday. 10,000 watching, 2,000 likes. Go ahead and smash that like button. We need to get that up over 5,000 by the end of this live stream, or else who knows? My channel might go the way, it might go the way of the Blockbuster, and I don't want that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started looking at the crypto markets right now. I can tell you guys we have been crushing it in our portfolio this week. Very excited, even though The markets were down. We picked some big winners. And right now, you are seeing just some phenomenal stuff. Can't wait to get the Ethereum chart here in a minute. Ethereum is up 21% this week. It's up 7% today. Guys, we are still in a bull market. If that has not sunk into you yet, then you are not paying attention. And what did I tell you guys the bottom was? What did I tell you for 2 months it was?
47, right?
$47,000. And where did it bounce out off of?
$47,000.
$47,000. This is what I want, guys. I want as many chats over the next 2 months about 47K was the bottom as I saw about 2,500 ETH by Valentine's Day. Okay? But I will not be dressing up as a bottom. That will not be happening.
Another thing that I thought was pretty interesting that I noticed, like just pulling stories together. Like last week, to try to find interesting, relevant stories was kind of pulling teeth. It was just FUD, pushing the price down. Now today, it was just like more bullish stories than we can even fit in the rundown here.
Yeah.
So it is amazing the way they just blast you with FUD when the price is going down. I'm sure we'll see in a few weeks or month or whatever a lot of big buys that happened around that 47K mark, and then they're right back. Now, all the biggest companies out there pushing really bullish narratives, same people that were really negative last week.
Somebody said BitBoy looks fit. Well, let me tell you what. We're starting FitBoy Fitness here pretty soon. Yeah, appreciate those comments. I've been working hard. I don't know if you want to tell. So, okay, let's go look at some other big gainers of the day. Holochain, 29%, Dent, 26%, Matic up 24%. We added a lot of Matic, or I don't know if we did add a lot more Matic. I didn't remember in my portfolio video if I showed that we added a lot or not. I can't remember. But I can't remember if we had already bought it by the time we did the last one. But Matic, we got about 150K in, and it's crushing it right now, as you can see. Zilliqa, a lot of people have been asking me for a Zilliqa update. I don't know. Is Zilliqa doing anything sexy? I don't know. We'll have to check it out. Oh, there's the token that we cannot speak of. Helium, another one. I put $5,000 into Helium on Binance US. I think it's worth like 60 now.
Jeez.
Yeah. Phantom up. Yes, Phantom. Phantom, I need you to get to $3. I'm not playing with you anymore, please. IOST having a good day. ZRX having a good day. A lot of good. VChain having another good day. Let's look at for the week right now. We got the biggest loser of the week. Hey, can we bring up Matt real quick? Matt, come on up here for a minute. Is this mic on?
It should be, yeah.
Should be.
Talking to it.
Matt, you talking to it.
And pull it up.
That one right there?
By your mouth.
Here, I know you're new at this,
And
Matt.
scooch as close as possible.
Holy. Yeah, but you're still new. Just because you get a lot of views don't mean you're new. Matt, so they can see him good?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you... I hate all these tall people come on here and making me look short. I'm exactly the average height of an American male.
All right, I'm having my legs spread out.
How tall? I don't know if that helps, Matt. How tall are you, Matt?
I'm 6'2".
6'2". Okay, 6'2". I'm basically 5'10". Okay, let's be for real here. Matt, I want you to go over. Can you go over the number one coin that's down the most for the week?
Well, I have to say Dogecoin is legitimately a great cryptocurrency. It's going to go to the moon, and it's also going to be the currency of Mars. So it's down a little bit this week. I guess that is what it is. It's up close to, 7,000% over the last year.
Yep.
And this week alone is one thing, but if you look at this month, it's up from around 7 cents to around, 30-something cents? Where is it?
I think it's 27 right now. Do you agree with me that it's going to go consolidate around 20 cents before having another leg up?
I mean, in theory, it could, but we have to think about the moon landing that's coming with Elon Musk. We have to think about the fact that it's going to be listed on Coinbase.
The moon land. Can you tell me more about this moon landing?
Yeah, so Elon Musk...
Well, a lot of people say original moon landing never happened. So will this actually happen?
I think so. I mean, Elon Musk, he said he's going to put a physical Dogecoin on the moon. You have to
It says his mic is off.
Is my mic
It's
off?
not off. He's just not. He's just
very
low.
far.
Are you closer?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
there we go. So he's going to put a physical Dogecoin on the actual moon with potentially billions of people watching. Anytime anyone has ever underestimated Elon Musk, they have lived to regret it. So I don't think anyone should underestimate Elon or Dogecoin.
But there is no such thing as a physical Dogecoin.
Whoa, so a physical copy of a Dogecoin. Yes, you're right, but he's going to put a piece of metal that has the Dogecoin logo on it.
Got it.
And
Wait,
also,
you're saying there's no physical Dogecoins? Wait, I think I've totally misunderstood what's happening here. What? These aren't physical coins? Sorry, go ahead. I told Matt when he came in, I told him I wanted to know more about this Dogecoin.
Yeah, but on my
And he looked at me like I was crazy.
I know for a sec I actually believed him. Then I realized, wait a sec, there's no way BitBoy Crypto doesn't know how to pronounce Dogecoin.
Thank you.
I mean, Mark Cuban didn't though, so I mean.
Yeah, Mark Cuban didn't. Well, hey, I've been in this longer than Mark Cuban. I'm just saying. Remember all these super rich guys that are coming in. Remember who was here when nobody else was here. But yeah, you can't argue with the results here. I mean, the Dogecoin is definitely up. It was up close to 15,000%, but I think right now it's at 11,600%. So huge gains. But we might have Matt on down the road, or we will have Matt on down the road. I want to know more about what the Dogecoin people believe. He has a very fast growing YouTube channel. This is what you've been working out, bro? What are these workout pictures, dude?
I have a fitness product that I invented, and that is a picture of me holding my fitness product.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty nice. But this is the final stand here. So this is his YouTube channel. You guys can go check out his channel. Well, there you go. I'll subscribe to you, Matt. I'll be nice. I'll subscribe to you. Look, I think the Dogecoin is a really, okay, SafeMoon. Are you down with SafeMoon?
So I've definitely had in the past, I've made exposed videos a little bit about some of the marketing techniques. As far as SafeMoon itself, I don't necessarily have any problem with it, but I do not like some of the techniques they've used in terms of fake comments and things like that.
Yeah, I like that.
I will say, so when it comes to Dogecoin, so it is a legitimately great cryptocurrency. The transaction times are pretty dang fast. The block time, 10,000 a minute, actually allows it to go up way faster in price than the time it takes for it to actually double in circulation, which will be 25 years.
Yeah.
And so you look at that, you combine that with the fact that it's 5 times lower fees than Ethereum in terms of per million transacted. And so you start to realize exactly why Dogecoin, yes, there are some currencies out there that may be slightly better, but when you're making purchases, it's going to be negligible for the most part. So Dogecoin, this
guy loves Dogecoin. Do you guys understand this? Listen, Matt, here's the thing. I appreciate you giving us all the rundown. My thing is I want people to understand that Dogecoin does have a use and a purpose in cryptocurrency. Is it a little overinflated right now? Probably so. But if people are coming to Matt's channel, he's got one of the fastest growing channels ever. I mean, he just started in January. He's got 151,000 subscribers. It took me 3 years to get close to that. So people obviously like what he's doing. Obviously, he's reaching a younger generation. The good thing is Dogecoin can definitely be something that can bring on more, investors into cryptocurrency. I mean, it's a different generation, a different niche, a different status of person that we haven't really been able to reach yet. So I think what you're doing is good. And I'm definitely glad to hear that you're not in on SafeMoon. And so Matt, thanks for coming on. And we'll have you back on for an interview down the road.
Yeah, sounds good. I will say one last thing. So my channel, I don't just talk about Dogecoin. I do talk about other cryptocurrencies and other finance news. But I definitely love Dogecoin. It's my favorite one. And I do think it's going to be the future cryptocurrency of Earth. So I'll go ahead and put that out there.
All right. He's just down the street with us. All right, Matt, thanks for coming on here. All right, so here we go. Let's move that over to the side. Okay, all right, so let's move on here. Let's talk about Bitcoin, guys. And first, always, if you want to sign up for Bybit, trade Bitcoin right now. I didn't have a trade in last night. Wish I did. You guys can head on over to bitboycrypto.com/deals. Hit up Bybit there, sign up, go to the rewards hub, and you can make some money. Right now on Bybit, the price is $55,140. And you guys know, I was talking yesterday about the prospects for Bitcoin and how 47,000 was the bottom. And if you look, what's very interesting? When you come back here and you look at the daily chart, guys, the daily chart to me always has the most, accurate information, whatever. Seeing some of those comments. Love you guys. Hey, we support other YouTubers on this channel, just so you guys know. We support other YouTubers. I love when people grow like that. It's amazing. So he's definitely doing something right. But here we go. We'll check this out. What's really interesting, if you come here and you look at the daily chart, it's very easy to make large determinations of what's happening in crypto based on this daily chart. This is what I want you to see here, okay? When we look at bottoms, okay, of all of these latest run-ups we've had, what you'll see is, you'll see what we just had right here with this big, massive run-up. That's what we've been seeing at bottoms. We've been seeing these large green candles. This one, not so much, but look at this one. They all look very similar. This one didn't. This one was a little more manipulative, I think, right there, that whole dip. But if we look at the last 3 major dips we've had really large green candles coming out of them. What does that mean? Matt Patrick. Dude with 2 first names. Matt Pat. Listen here. I say niche. You can say niche. I'm going to say niche till the day I die. I'm a niche guy. Y'all hear me? Whew. Niches get stitches. Niches get steeches. I don't know what to say there. But okay, so here we go. Guys, I pronounce words like I want to pronounce them. I never mispronounce a word. I only pronounce it on purpose. But when you look here at the chart, it's very easy to see that this matches the same pattern we've been seeing almost all year long with these large green candles. And it's exciting to see what's happening right now. And just like TJ was saying, like it seems like at one point there was absolutely no excitement last week. And I was having a hard time. And I think what you see is how much of this cycle, while it is technical driven, obviously there are technicals in play. You look at some of the RSI and some of the EMA ribbons and stuff, you see how it plays out. But the thing is, crypto is fundamentally driven. It's driven by the fundamentals of the Bitcoin halving, and it's also driven by the fundamentals of news out there. Your pure chart guys, like even CryptoFace will tell you. CryptoFace will tell you that it's all charts. It's all charts. None of the fundamentals matter a lick, pretty much. And there's other chart guys that will tell you the same thing. I don't believe that. I think that, sometimes we look for narratives where there aren't narratives and it really is just buying and selling pressure. But, there's a reason why Tesla buys Bitcoin and the price shoots up, right? There's a reason why a lot of these big announcements are coming out today. And even though Tesla said they sold some of their Bitcoin, 10%, we're seeing a lot of these other major companies looking at buying Bitcoin, maybe Facebook buying Bitcoin. That's the big rumor going on right now. We're going to look at in a little bit, but a lot of really big stuff going on. So let's go back here. I wanted to show you guys on the daily chart. If we were to look here at a trend line, so I think we looked at this trend line. God, I hate that thing. From right here. So this would have been back December 10th, right? We had this trend line. Went slightly below it a little bit. Golly, I hate trading views so much. Let me try it one more time here. Let me get a little bit lower. Here we go. Okay. So we talked about how it had bounced off of it several times, and now we've gone below the trend. So we've been in a little bit of a bearish trend here for about 2 weeks now, or about a week and a half. It's very important that we get back over this trend line, meaning that in the next week or so, we need to see Bitcoin climb back up around $62,000 or so. And when we see that, obviously everything will change. We can look back in the future at this, and this will be kind of like if you come over here and you look at the stock to flow chart. Stock to flow, no, that's not where it is. Stock to flow chart. Digitalic. When you look back here at 2017, okay, and you look at this chart, you see now that what you're looking at here is when the line turns orange, okay, you can see it dips well below the average price where it should be. That's the blue line, the tiny blue line running in the background, okay? Oh, I want to do that new trick that I learned. Let me try this real quick. Here's our daily Phantom update, which I don't mind. Y'all shill Phantom all you want, please. Okay, so let me zoom this in. This is so much better than the way I was doing it before. Okay, so, and let me make sure I got the right color. Yellow. It is yellow. Okay. All right, so if you look right here, what you'll see is, I don't know why it moved like that, but you'll see that it had a hard time going up above the average price in 2017 until near the end of the bull run is when it really stayed above it. So what you're seeing right now is the price has dipped down below where it should be, but I think ultimately it's going to return. But what's really interesting is when you do look at the stock to flow chart, the actual chart itself here, don't save that. Let me refresh it so I can go into where we're at now. So remember what we just looked at, okay? Remember what we just looked at. Now look, this is where we're at now. We are still firmly above the average line. We came down and we tapped off of it, and now we're heading back up. That's absolutely huge. We are so far ahead of this bull run than we were during the last bull run. And that is really something to think about. Because when we've been looking at a $323,000 Bitcoin, that's based a lot on that we will not outperform the last cycle. If we outperformed the last Bitcoin cycle, we would see the price of Bitcoin top out above $360,000 for this bull run by the end of this year. Probably around the end of September, beginning of October. So it looks like we're still on track for all that. I don't see anything right now that's making me think that we're not going to get there. So let's move on and look at Ethereum here. Ethereum hit an all-time high, a new all-time high of 2672. God, my portfolio is looking nice right now. Which, by the way, just so you guys know, I made a huge Polkadot purchase yesterday. So I'm very bullish on Polkadot right now, too, waiting for it to have a massive run-up similar to what we're seeing for Ethereum. Yesterday, we looked at the, let's pull it back up, the ETH BTC chart. And here we go. Like, we looked at this yesterday, guys. This is the price of one Ethereum versus the price of one Bitcoin. What that comment there says that ETH mad, they were holding it back. Now it's turning back 3.5K coming in the next month. I think closer to 5K in the next few months, honestly. But it's very obvious that the price of Ethereum was being suppressed. Now, the question is, who was suppressing the price? Now, we've looked a lot at about how it could have been market manipulation, how it could have been the miners, it could have been people behind DeFi that wanted to keep gas fees low, it could have been the institutions, CME. But I actually have a new theory about who was holding the price of Ethereum back. It's a lot of sexy ladies out there that wanted to see me in a Cupid costume. And I now realize that that was the plan all along. I played right into their hand. Is Theta still making an NFT of my nipple?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
I think we're working on it.
Yeah.
We'll see. But anyways, guys, Ethereum is broken out. And very excited to see this. We looked at this yesterday. This is the trend line for the Ethereum to Bitcoin dominance, basically. Oh, just hit not a new all-time high, but it just hit a high here, 0.48. I told you guys that it should head closer to 5, and we were looking at yesterday. It was much lower than it is today. The question is Ethereum going to hit this line and go up or go down? Because it's either going to bump its head on this resistance and drop down, or it's either going to get up above it and shoot up. And if it gets above 5% at this point in the bull run, it is going to be extremely interesting, honestly, because I don't know what that's going to look like. Bitcoin needs to kind of start moving up too. Bitcoin can't be stalling out. We need it heading back closer to 64,000 to stay on this bullish track. So if it were to go sideways for, let's say, a full month, Ethereum could just break it. Ethereum could break out. But then once again, it's the interesting dynamics of how Bitcoin affects the whole markets. Like, we don't really want Bitcoin to go sideways for an extended period of time, because if that happens right now with the momentum, without the kind of momentum we had before, with the Coinbase IPO and the stimulus and all that stuff going on, then I don't know if the whole market could really withstand it. So what does that say? Trying to list Doge in Pundi X so retail stores can accept it. Wow. TJ, you think Dogecoin will be the currency of the world?
It's not impossible, but it's very unlikely.
Well, I'm just saying that, I did make this video. I love the 2010s. Let's see. I love the 2010s BitBoy. I did make this video right here. There, look at that guy. Look at that guy. I was bullish on Doge 3 years ago. Where were y'all? The funny thing is, the narrative of this video is that in the future, Dogecoin becomes the currency of the United States. I made that video 3 years ago. Why do I not get credit for this? I predicted this is all going exactly as I predicted.
Elon Musk probably saw this video, and that's where he got that idea.
Well, I'm just saying, Kevin Smith launched a studio based on my video.
There you go.
So it's not impossible. However, to look at the stats on this video and to see 856 views means Elon was very early on the BitBoy channel.
Yeah. He's a smart guy.
He's a smart guy. Do you think he's also a fun guy? Or more of a human? Okay.
I was going to say, probably not a mushroom.
Oh, there's my guy, Alabama Roofing Professionals. Actually met one of your friends in Miami, and also I wore your hat to the ballpark the other day. Just so you know, thank you, Alabama Roofing Professionals. We love Alabama.
And yeah, we actually
not the college, but
do get a lot of comments of people saying they're trying to super chat and they can't get it through. I think that's because trying to combat all the scammers and bots and stuff like that are flooding the chat. We've got the filters on really, really, really tight. So we've got a new group working on that right now. We're looking at loosening that up if you've been having an issue super chatting. So, but sorry, we're just trying to keep everybody safe.
And if you guys know, we've been destroying the scammers.
Yeah.
We've been actually talked to our company. I told you guys yesterday we pay $5,000 a month to have people come in and remove the bots and the scammers and the impersonators. It's been going very well. We're looking to expand that operation further. All of these people are getting reported to the FBI. And what is it, IC3? Is that the name of the
agency?
The internet agency? I think it's IC3. No, it's not IC3. Maybe it is IC3. Yeah, IC3 Gov. Yeah, that is what it is actually. Internet Crime Complaint Center. So all these people are getting reported, and we've discovered that the main people behind this, we might have some information on them now. Don't expose too much, but we could potentially have some addresses, some phone numbers. That's legit stuff. So we are working hard. We want to punish these people. You guys know what my dream is? You guys really want to know what my dream is? My dream is to kick their door down. That's my dream. I will go and I will kick their door down. I don't care if they're in Tunisia. I don't care if they're in my backyard. I won't go to Mexico, but that's another story. Anywhere but Mexico, I'm going to come kick your door down. You need to know that. So we're making a lot of progress on these people, and we've discovered that we've actually destroyed them to the point where all the new impersonator and troll and scam accounts, they're all brand new. We destroyed all the old ones. So, hey, told y'all, come the F at me. That's right. We protect our people here. We love our people. All right, guys, move on to this story. Binance Crypto Exchange to launch its own NFT platform. And also, guys, by the way, we will keep an eye on Ethereum. It looks like it wicked out there a little bit. We will keep an eye on this price pump. It hit a new all-time high at $26.72. We're going to see if it'll clear $2,700 today. It'd be very interesting stuff. So we will keep an eye on that throughout the stream. If people see it breaking out again, make sure you guys come put that in the chat so we'll know to go look. So launching in June, Binance's new NFT platform and marketplace will share the same account system as Binance.com. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. By the way, what do you guys think about the Cointelegraph images? I gotta say, I think they do a great job with these images.
Yeah, they're the best, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know anybody who does a better job.
Oh, I like the way they make unique ones, and they have their own artists that do it. And, I mean, it just doesn't seem that they're really rushing through it, Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, is entering the non-fungible token industry by introducing its own NFT platform and marketplace. According to the announcement, Binance NFT will debut with two main venues, including a trading market, allowing everyday users to create NFTs, and Binance charging a 1% processing fee. Who? That's all I gotta say. I gotta say that. Literally no idea who that is. That's like saying you heard your mom's cousin talk about me at your family dinner. It means nothing to me. Well, I don't know. Maybe she's kind of cute. I don't know. All right, Binance NFT will debut two main venues, including a trading market, allowing everyday users to create NFTs, with Binance charging a 1% processing fee. A premium event category will target exclusive collaborations and curated collections, with artists receiving 90% of profits from NFT sales. Binance CEO CZ said, why is CZ not on the show? They said they wanted him to come on the show. I'm just saying, like, it might be time to start calling people out here. Because they said he was coming on, and then his schedule got too busy, and now he's not coming on. Now they've just ghosted me for last week. Like, are you hiding something, CZ? I want to know. Like, because I said I want to ask him about these Ethereum gas fees. And I want to know, are y'all hiding stuff? Because a lot of people are accusing Binance specifically of elevating the Ethereum gas fees on purpose to make them look bad. If you know, Binance Smart Chain actually outpaced Ethereum in transactions, or PancakeSwap outpaced Ethereum the other day for the first time ever in transactions. And I don't know. It's just, it's a little sketch, and I want to hear from the horse's mouth. I'm not calling CZ a horse, but I do want to hear it from him. And I think, there's some responsibility here that needs to be, taken. We're the largest crypto channel. We have the biggest platform by a long shot. It's not even really close if you compare all our social numbers. Come on, answer the hard questions. I hope they're answered the right way and that, there's nothing going on. I'd love to do that. We love Binance. We love Binance US. I've used it a lot, and I think it's good, and I'll probably use this NFT platform. But I'm just saying, let's stop running. Let's come on the show. Let's talk about it, CZ. I want to ask you about it. All right, so Binance serves millions of users around the world, many of whom will now be able to access the booming NFT space. In line with our commitment to the freedom of money globally and building an inclusive ecosystem, the Binance NFT marketplace will also support small value creators by providing the highest liquidity and cheapest fees for users. And at this point, you got to ask yourself the question, what has Binance got into that's been a flop?
Yep. Not much.
Not much. Everything they've got in, and if you watch with all these hypes and crazes that come in, they were pretty much the first to jump on a lot of stuff. They were the first major token launch pad. They had the first major exchange coin, okay? Binance Smart Chain. Look at everything they've done with it. They were one of the first places to have a DeFi, a DEX. Well, not one of the first. That's one of the first successful ones. Everything that their incubator, some of the stuff that you've incubated. If you look at all the Binance Launchpad projects, I mean, my gosh, we've looked at it on the channel recently. But the thing is, for all of the people who are saying that this is, NFTs are just a cash grab and it's a bubble. That's the most popular thing people are saying right now. It's a giant bubble. It's going to pop everybody. This is a fundamental shift in the way people do business. This is a fundamental shift in the way retail is done, okay? We're not just talking cards and collectibles. So many other use cases for this, and the conversations we're having with people is absolutely massive. We're not anywhere close to a peak here. And one thing, I'll tell you what Ryan Tedder says on this interview today that I thought was very interesting. He said that NFTs are not a wave, they're the ocean. And you have to understand, for years, people like Crypto Stash and Ken Bozak and LEO Trades, they've been telling everybody how big these were going to be. And I have to admit it. I didn't believe them. like Stash is talking about all these NFTs and all this stuff. And, I'm looking at LEO, telling me he's working on this NFT project a year ago. And I'm just like, is this really the big thing? Is it really? There was no adoption for them. Nobody was using them. Nobody cared. Now, Eminem dropped NFTs based on the Saturday Night Live skit about NFTs. Think about that. What? Hold on, guys. Eddie Parrott, hold the phone. Eddie Parrott, if this is correct, Eddie, if you drop this with me, maybe I'll get you on the channel if we never figure out how you actually are or who you actually are. Julie Jones. Julio Jones trade. What is this? Why? Oh my gosh, you're saying he could be traded to the Ravens? I always said, just so you guys know, I always said that if Julio Jones got traded, the best place he could possibly go would be Baltimore. So if that's where that ends up going, makes total sense. They haven't had a big receiver in years. And imagine him with Lamar Jackson. Scary. I don't want to lose him though. But I'm also okay totally starting over. What was that other one? How can this bull run be compared to the last run when there are millions of new retail and institutional investors? Well, it's perspective. It's in the last bull run, we didn't need as much to come in to pump the prices because the prices weren't going nearly as high as they are now. So of course, we need millions of people coming in. I couldn't believe this stat I saw. 64% of people in the United States are interested in cryptocurrency. Can you believe that number?
Wow, that's way up.
What are they talking about? I want to know who they're talking about. What are the Falcons trying to do? Just get a draft pick for Julio? I'll be very sad if Julio leaves. I will be. I love Julio. Do you remember my point? I was making a point about NFTs. Anyways, this is just a new thing.
Yeah.
NFTs are new. Binance, everything they do is a home run. So pay attention.
It's not the wave, it's the ocean.
It's not the wave, it's the ocean. Yeah. And now I'm thinking about Julio Jones getting traded, and I'm like crying on the inside, and it's hard to continue on this show right now. It is not official yet. But
some people are saying to the Raiders too.
To the Raiders? Oh, please don't go to the Raiders, Julio. If I would pick where he would go, I would pick the Ravens because he has the best chance to win a Super Bowl. I'd love him to win a Super Bowl if he doesn't go, unless Falcons get back there, and then I don't want to crush him. Julio's been one of the greatest players of our lifetimes, for sure. Okay, next story. Elon Musk dismisses accusations on liquidating his Bitcoin holdings. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, has dismissed accusations that he is liquidating all his Bitcoin holdings. He instead stated that Tesla had cashed out 10% of its crypto holdings to illustrate. Oh my God, this doesn't sound good. This doesn't sound good. To illustrate the liquidity of cryptocurrencies. What do you think about that?
I think that's fine. Basically, I think the point he's trying to make, and I don't know if they get into more details later in the article, is, like if a big company is going to be holding a percentage of their reserve assets, like what normally was cash, and in Bitcoin, the whole point of having those in reserve is so you can use them if you need to. So I think that was his point of like, if this is a new thing we're testing here, if we ever need to use this, we need to know that, hey, there is, $100 million worth of liquidity here if we need to draw on it. So he was, I think, saying they're doing it as a test, but he didn't sell any of his, and I don't see it as anything too alarming necessarily.
Yeah, I don't see it as anything too alarming, but I don't like the
wording.
It sounds like a parable. Like, we did this as a lesson to teach people. Like,
to illustrate.
No. You did not do this to illustrate anything. You did not do a $272 million Sunday school object lesson. Like, that's not what you did. Like, if you wanted to sell it because you needed money for something, or because, like, maybe they wanted to sell it to, like, illustrate that they actually could get money back for it, you know, that they could make the sale big enough, like, in anticipation of maybe selling in the future. Like, I listen to that, but sounds a little wonky. I don't like the way it's said. I'm not concerned about the overall situation, the overall story, but I just don't think that's not a good way to word that, I don't think, for them. But anyways, Dave Portnoy had earlier stated that Elon Musk pumps up Bitcoin and later dumps it by selling it at a higher price and thereby making profits. However, Elon Musk responded to the tweet. Why does Elon not respond to us? Why does Dave not respond to us? Come on, guys. Responded to the tweet stating that he has still maintained his Bitcoin holdings and that Tesla has sold 10% of its crypto holdings to show Bitcoin's liquidity and illustrate it can be held on the balance sheet.
As an alternative to cash.
Yeah. Well, like, we knew that when you bought it. Like, it was there. We saw it. Like, that was the illustration,
It's a precursor to a larger buy that they could make.
Now, good question. J-Chain's back here in the back, the peanut gallery, as I like to call him. He asked a question. Do they potentially do this in order to maybe buy back lower? And I don't know the answer to that question. I guess it would just, we would need to know when they did it. I tell you what, it would be very interesting to see when they did this. Very interesting. Because we don't have the date for it. I'm looking right here. It says just according to the financial period for quarter one. So in quarter one, so by the end of March, they had sold a lot of Bitcoin. And what did we see? We saw a price start collapsing at that point. So I don't know for sure, what kind of effect this 270. I mean, we know, right, that a $98 million buy will move the price 1%. So basically, if we were to go, now they may have done this over the counter. I don't know if they can do it. I don't know the rules of a corporation. I don't know if they can do it over the counter. I guess they can. But we should be able to at some point figure out when they did it. And when they did, we could look back on the Bitcoin daily chart and we could kind of look for something that, like a show up here, like a 3% loss. March 14th, that was a 4% loss candle. So I don't know. Basically, it should make the price drop about 3% if they did that somewhere. So we don't know for sure about the NFL NFTs yet. They're still in talks for that. I read a whole article about the other day. So, but what I want to say specifically here was $272 million. I want you guys to think about this, okay? How much Bitcoin did they buy? 1.5 billion Bitcoin, right? If they cashed in 10% of their holdings, 272 million, then what does that mean their overall amount was worth? $2.72 billion, okay? So they made over $1 billion in Bitcoin in quarter one, okay? And they withdrew 10% of that. So that means they still have about $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, or they did at the time when they made that sale. So they made a full billion. They just cashed out 272 million. Like, I don't think it's really that big of a deal, but it should illustrate, to borrow words from my famous friend Elon Musk, it should illustrate the point that these corporations will sell their Bitcoin. Like, don't put it past them. If at the right time, they're opportunistic. And let me tell you one thing about traditional finance. They're cutthroat. These businesses, these shareholders, they don't think about their users or their shareholders as much as we do here in the crypto space. We're more philosophical here in cryptocurrency. We care about people. Like, if we have private sales, we talked about this maybe last week, like, if we have private sales that we get into, that we sell out of, we literally go out of our way to sell spread over long periods of time, so small amounts, so we don't ever have an impact on the price. You think Tesla cared about that? Just saying. We're a little more philosophical over here. So don't put it past. I'm not saying Michael Saylor would do this. I mean, I like Michael Saylor. He seems like he definitely believes in Bitcoin, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past MicroStrategy to sell Bitcoin at the peak. You know?
And if you think Tesla's cutthroat, you got to know Facebook is.
Oh, gosh, yeah. So speaking of Facebook, they are rumored to hold Bitcoin, expected to reveal it, making quarter one earnings report tomorrow. So here we go, guys. Tomorrow, the most bullish news we've ever seen on your grandma's timeline. What is that, a cookie?
I guess.
A Facebook like on a stick.
Cupcake pop?
A face pop?
A like pop?
I like face pop better. It's good. It's got a good ring to it. Okay. Also, so does ring pop. That's got a good ring to it as well. I love ring pops. You guys know, like, I'm like a small child when it comes to candy. Like, I have a very eclectic candy taste. But, well, I say eclectic, like, I'm much more mature with my candy taste than most people. Like, one of my favorite candies is Jujubes. Like, I love Jujubes. They're my favorite candy. And TJ actually knocked me for it.
I'd never even heard of Jujubes.
Yeah. I like the way it lingers in your teeth. I like that. Banana Laffy Taffies. I love those. Charleston Chews. Some of my favorite. Good and Plenty's. Love those. Very eclectic candy taste. But the ones the one candy I'm the most embarrassed about to buy that I love a lot, Baby Bottle Pops. They're so good. I love Baby Bottle Pop. I only eat them in the car. And when I buy them, I make sure to buy, like, this is what, like, no offense. This is what, like, you know, extremely obese people will do sometimes when they go through the McDonald's drive-thru. Like, I saw expose on this. Like, they'll order, like, 2 Diet Cokes with all the stuff they ordered to make it look like it's for more people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'll make sure I always go in and buy my kids some too at the same time I do. And then I may end up eating them all. Like, I just want to make it look like I'm buying these for kids. Like, I'm not buying a Baby Bottle Pop for me. Look, I'm a grown man, you know? So anyways, wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, so it was not so long ago when Tesla made headlines with its investment in BTC. But now there's another giant that's expected to reveal its relations with Bitcoin. That sounds dirty. Doesn't it?
It does.
I did not have relations with that orange coin. Anyways.
Yes, you did.
I did. I had a lot of relations with that orange coin. I'm going to stop right now. We are talking about Facebook. There appeared some rumors that tomorrow Facebook will reveal not only its earnings report, but its Bitcoin holdings. And do you guys know what is really interesting here about this? Is I told you guys last week when we were having a hard time trying to come up with the new narrative, I said, I got it. I know what it is. We're going to start finding out about all these companies buying Bitcoin during this dip. And look what's happening. That's coming because it had to be something. Thank you for that, Sneaky Pete. Vaporizers. We'll give you a little shout out there. Best live streams in the game. More live streams coming. We're going to be doing 2 a day very soon. We may start doing 3 a day. That may actually be the move.
Yeah.
Just 3 live streams. And then maybe we'll do editing for other people and help them grow their channels.
Yeah.
I think that's a good move for us because what we want to do in the morning, we want to do this show. And then in the afternoon, we want to do like a pardon the interruption, kind of, or first take, like debate show. And then the evening's like an Around the Horn show. We bring other YouTubers on. So I don't know. I mean, guys, we love sports. Or I do anyways. Okay, so, but I told you guys that this could potentially be the narrative that would be developing that would show the prospects of Bitcoin once again. And now we're starting to see this. Alistair Milne, I follow this guy. I don't know if I follow him now on Twitter, but I have followed him before. He's got some pretty good information. Facebook will announce they hold Bitcoin on their books when they release their quarterly results after trading closes tomorrow. Though now it sounds as a rumor, Facebook is not an alien in the crypto world. God, what a good way to sneak that in. With its Libra that was later rebranded to Diem, it already attracted the attention of the global crypto community. And Mike Novogratz, CEO of Galaxy Digital, holder of $32 million worth of ETH, or 32 million ETH, I can't remember which one, is one of those who sees a lot of prospects for Facebook. Now, I do have to say this, right? Like, if Facebook buys Bitcoin, does that mean Bitcoin's now evil? Isn't everything Facebook touches evil?
Well, they touch almost everything, so
There's a lot of evil in the world.
there is.
So I don't know that this is true for sure, guys. We don't know. This is just a rumor at this point. However, it stands to reason. Okay, let me ask you this, TJ. If Facebook were to decide not to buy Bitcoin at all, what would a reason for that be, you would think?
They don't want to validate it against what they're already doing.
That's not the right answer. Think about people.
Think about people.
Yeah. Justin's on it. What'd you say? The Winklevi.
Oh,
Giving them the satisfaction of basically saying they were right about Bitcoin.
gotcha.
Like, I think if Zuckerberg decided to stay out of it, I'm sure he is personally doing it, but if Facebook stayed out of it, I would say that would have a lot to do with it because they don't want to give them any credibility, even though the Winklevoss, invented Facebook. What is the one up above there? How do I get my The BitBoy t-shirt autograph when it arrives so I can wear it on September 28th and then frame it from Michael Red School? Is that from our...
He probably ordered from the site.
From the site?
Let's
See, merch. So here, you can pull this up. So guys, we do have merch here on the site. You guys can check this out. Merch at the top. Click on shirts. We have some of our Bitverse collection shirts. These are limited edition. There's only so much of them. So I guess he's talking about the BitBoy shirt, which is right here.
Just bring it to a meetup and then you can sign it.
Yeah, I'll sign it at meetup. Or hey, if he sends it to the address on here, I'll sign it. Sure. You go to the About page on our website, and you have the address down here, and you can send that. It goes to our P.O. box, and I'll sign it and send it back to you. No problem with that. Is that part of the package for the cards? I don't know.
No, I think he's just asking.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually signed a screenshot on a phone the other day.
Interesting.
It's so crazy people want me to sign stuff. What should I sign as? BitBoy or my baseball signature I worked my whole life on? I never got to do.
Got to do that one.
The baseball signature.
The one you've done since you were a child. Yeah. If you've worked on it your whole life, now's your chance.
I thought I'd be signing baseballs. I didn't think I'd be signing
NFTs.
Yeah, NFTs. Guys, somebody said $75 LMAO. You guys have to understand what these are. They're not just T-shirts. These are limited edition shirts that go along with our Bitverse cards. So, we're giving away some of these for people that buy the cards. So they're very limited edition. I think there's only 25 of them or something like that.
Yep.
It's like an NFT, but in real life. How about that?
Eddie Parrott will also sign it.
Eddie Parrott. Who is this guy? I can't even find him. Eddie, who are you?
He's a parrot.
He's a parrot. Okay. It's very apparent. He's a parrot. Okay. Possible Bitcoin treasury adoption as more companies cite inflation concerns. And I tell you, I wish I could remember this lady's name that I watched on PBS a couple weeks ago talk about inflation and hyperinflation, because it is a real thing, guys. I mean, This is definitely something that could happen. Mattis Galimbosi, love channel, watching since May of 2020. Love you. Love you. Oh, I was just looking at some videos from May last year. So that must have been when you started watching. Cool stuff. I appreciate every new member of the BitSquad. We have the #1 community in all of cryptocurrency. Not even close. One of the best communities on all of YouTube, actually. I will say this. I believe we have the smartest people in our community than any other community on all of YouTube. Mr. Beast He's a great guy. Love Mr. Beast. But I think our community's smarter than his people. I'm just saying. No offense, Mr. Beast community. Okay, I'm just saying. We have smart, savvy, visionary people that watch this channel. So
a lot of forward-thinking people, for sure.
A lot of forward-thinking people, absolutely. Financially progressive people.
Yep.
I think that's a good way to say it. But, well, I know we do have some hippies watching the channel, too. Okay. Possible Bitcoin Treasury adoption as more companies cite inflation concerns. No fewer than 47 companies have cited the term inflation in their earnings call for quarter 1 2020. But we do point out, we don't know how many of these are, like Goodyear or Michelin. So we don't know for sure that this means financial inflation. Could be tire inflation. Okay. Earlier in April, the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics released its Producer Price Index, showing a 4.2% year-on-year increase in PPI, the highest since September of 2011. Back in August 2020, business intelligence outfit MicroStrategy made headlines when it announced its first Bitcoin purchase. Michael Saylor's firm now holds over 90,000 BTC, valued at more than $5 billion, with the asset up almost fivefold since August 2020. Wow. Yeah. $1 billion to $5 billion. That's not a little number, guys.
No, well, and they were making $75 million a year net before. So what is that? 20 years of their income plus?
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
On Monday, Tesla announced a sale. We already talked about that. Let's see. The electronic vehicle maker netted $101 million in net profit from the sale. So that we want to talk about that. Every day, forgot to say every day, thank you for that, Mattis. Mattis. I wish I knew how to pronounce your name. Tesla first revealed its BTC ownership. We already talked about that. Back in March, Don Fitzpatrick, Chief Investment Officer of Soros Fund Management, said the BTC was no longer a fringe asset on account of U.S. dollar debasement. So basically what we're getting, which is kind of weird that Tesla, why is Tesla in this story? It doesn't really say. Because this is talking about inflation. I watched a lady on PBS the other day who is big talking about the deficit. And how basically our entire economy is, the health of our economy, and look, I'm not economy man. Almost was one time. I'm not economy man. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a degree in finance, which I would argue is good not to have.
Yeah, probably helps.
It probably helps not to have a degree where they overcomplicate everything. But this is my understanding of what she was saying. Okay, and I really liked this lady. She seemed much more unbiased than everybody else that they had on the show talking about stuff. She didn't have like a motive or like a nail to drive home. She basically said that she believes the health of the economy is based upon how well the GDP is doing, how the growth of the economy, the GDP growth, compared to the growth of the deficit. And it makes sense. As long as your GDP is outpacing your deficit by some percentage, or at least remaining close, then you're not really in gigantic danger. But when that deficit starts ballooning and your growth is cut down significantly, then you're in big trouble. And she seems to me like a person smart enough to understand that all of the government numbers are smoke and mirrors. The government changes, they move the goalpost, so to speak. They change, and one thing she brought up was the change to the money supply, the way they track the money supply. And that how asinine it is that we just decide, like, oh, we're just going to get rid of this one because the chart doesn't look good anymore. Like, that should be very concerning to you guys. If you look up, if you were to go right now and you were to go into Google and say, is the United States in danger of hyperinflation? Okay, if you type this in, if you go and you start looking at all these articles, what's really interesting is they're almost all negative, okay? They're almost... Stephanie Kelton, the deficit myth, MMT. I don't think that's the lady that was on. Let me look her up real quick, because if it is, I think her name started with an M. Stephanie Kelton. Let's see if this is her. Oh, I think that is her. Yeah, that is her. That is her. I think that is her. Yeah, because she had books in the background. My wife noticed that. She loves books. Yeah, the deficit myth. So I'm pretty sure this is her. This lady is very smart, and I would say go check out what she has to say. So can you jot that name down? Sorry, I want to actually look more into what she said later.
Sure.
Now that I actually found her name. I was just watching her on PBS. Okay, and what's ETH doing right now? It is not heading back up, okay. But the thing is, when you look at all these stories here about are we in hyperinflation or whatever, basically all of these say like, no, it's just meme economics. Just meme economics. Our economy is so strong compared to the rest of the world that it'll never happen here. You know what happens when people say that? It happens there. So basically a lot of these stories talk about all of these economists that are all in agreement that this will never happen in the United States. You know? So is it propaganda? I don't know. But when we look at the inflation rate, we already know, well, we might not be at hyperinflation. Use a Coke, a Coca-Cola. I always say this. For your grandpa, it was a nickel, okay? For me in school, it was $1. Right now, it's $2.50. Like, that's more than 10% inflation. That's what I tell you it is in the last 20 years, 10% inflation.
Yeah.
Way more than that.
Well, and that's what's interesting, too. All these big companies know that as well. So that's why the word inflation is always coming up on all these calls, and they're trying to hedge against it because they know it's way more than 10%, too. They know it's all BS. And they also aren't going to tell you when they're buying Bitcoin until they absolutely have to, like with their disclosures on the earnings call. So like you're saying, it will be real interesting over the next few weeks as these Q1 earnings keep rolling out. You know, how many other people have done this will be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's the narrative we'll see more of. So, all right, let's move on to the next story, though. Gemini partners with MasterCard to facilitate its credit card crypto reward. I actually got this email to my inbox this morning. Gemini cryptocurrency exchange is partnered with MasterCard to facilitate its credit card crypto reward system starting this summer. Now, there's basically a Ryan G. String says, he's here every day. What about Stellar Lumens? I kind of done with Stellar. I'm sorry. It may be doing well, but I've gotten to where I think Jed McHale is very slimy, and I don't like the idea of his potential role in this XRP lawsuit. It's a little weird. I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm just saying a lot of the stuff is very weird. His 7-year lockup period is over next month, when the case could likely be settled. He's left out of the lawsuit. He played as big of a role in anything as starting XRP. And I don't know. I just feel like I'm to the point where, like, from an ideological standpoint, I don't know if I can support him. So, someone said, look up the dollar milkshake theory from Real Vision. Okay. Well, if it's from Real Vision, I trust it. Dollar milkshake theory, I don't know. Is that like something about bringing all the boys to the yard? I don't know. I'm just saying. It's a famous milkshake song. All right. Gemini cryptocurrency exchange. Now, what I want to say here is this about this story, is that there are two different types of crypto credit cards. You have the Crypto.com card, which, by the way, if you want to sign up for, you can go to bitboycrypto.com/deals and go down to the Crypto.com section. But you have the Crypto.com card model, okay? Now, this model is based, they have a new NFT thing here on the side. Didn't even see that. But if you go to Crypto.com metal Visa cards, okay? These cards are awesome. We love these cards. I have the green one. I use it all the time. Shows how much you have to stake approximately to get these cards. And I really kind of want to get a black card. I might do that at some point soon. I just like the idea of having a black card. American Express will never give me one. Crypto.com will if I pay them $400,000. So, but these are awesome cards. You get kickbacks on a lot of stuff. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Expedia. I use Expedia all the time. Getting ready to book a vacation to the Dominican Republic probably with my wife. And, you know, I'll probably put it on the Crypto.com card, get the kickback on Expedia and stuff like that. Or maybe even with Lolly. So that's kind of cool stuff too. So you can check out bitboycrypto.com/deals. You go down to the Crypto.com section. You get 10% off, or you get $25 for free when you get one of these cards with the code BitBoy. So these are cards where you actually spend crypto, okay? But we're seeing a new type of card develop. And this type of card is like the Gemini card. It's like the BlockFi rewards card. I think Coinbase is doing one too.
Yeah, I think Fold had one supposedly in the works, but it's been taking forever.
Fold, man. I've never been a fan of Fold. No offense to them. Like, I don't have anything personal against Fold. I just, getting credit cards or getting gift cards with crypto is just, it's not my cup of tea, you know? So it's never been one I've used a lot, but I use Crypto.com pretty much exclusively. I also have Block Card by Turnio, which I do use sometimes. I have used. Crypto.com is still my go-to. But you have these other cards that are developing with totally other, they're rewards cards. So you're getting rewards, a crypto reward on purchases made through the card, but you're not actually spending crypto on the card. And a lot of people say, why in the world would you want to spend crypto? Well, it's a good way to cash out profits at the top of the market. Like, think about it like this. If you bought, and this is why I prefer the crypto, it's good to have both probably actually. But if you bought a truck in 2017, I know a guy who bought one Bitcoin, and he bought it early on, and he bought a truck with it, $20,000 truck. Okay. Now he bought that truck at the very, very, very peak of the market. He pulled it out, bought a truck. He was happy with that. Now he has a lot more crypto holdings now. He realized the error of his ways. I know this guy, but he bought a truck with it. Well, if you fast forward to 2018, when the price of Bitcoin was at $3,500, you got $3,500. You ain't really got much to show for it. You could buy another Bitcoin pretty easily for $3,500. But when that thing was at $20K, you could have locked in those profits. You could have bought a truck. And that's what he did. So I always think, spending crypto, while it may not be ideal to some people who want to hold forever, is important to lock in profits. And you know who you can look at to understand this is important? Tesla. Look at Tesla. They locked in profits. They locked in $272 million. They could buy quite a few trucks with that. But definitely not gas-powered trucks.
Yeah.
They want bumper trucks. It's like a bumper car, but a bumper truck. So, thoughts on AMP? Amps are good. I've got a nice big amp in the back of my new Demon. 2 subwoofers, so it's pretty good. I guess they're talking about Ampleforth. Whatever happened, they released their new governance token. Were you the one telling me that? Can't remember. They just released a new governance token, Ampleforth did, so I don't know how it's doing. But Me is launching a governance token soon on CardStarter, so excited about that. Hopefully that'll go pretty well. All right, so why PayPal CEO predicts Bitcoin will change the financial system in the next decade. In an interview for Time Magazine, who now is, suddenly bullish here, Dan, that said something else. Think of another Dan whose last name kind of sounds like that. But in an interview for Time Magazine, PayPal CEO Dan Schulman talked about the payment processor expansion of its crypto service. The executive expects a transformation of e-commerce into personalized experience and contextual purchases driven by social media platforms. How many of you guys have been strolling through social media and a product was put up there tailor-made for you? Yep. And you're just like, I have to have that. I bought a Stonks action figure. It never came.
And how long ago?
About 6 months.
Oh, gosh.
So, I don't think it's coming. It may have been when I moved, though. Like when I moved, it may have went to my old house or something like that. I don't know. I'm never getting it. But I was scrolling through my timeline. I was like, a Stonks action figure? That's perfect. So I bought it. It never came. But the point is, I felt like that was tailor-made for me. I saw that, was like, I need that right now. So I think that's kind of what it's talking about. Contextual purchases driven by social media platforms. Bitcoin could spearpoint such a change and take it to the forefront of the entire financial system. 2020 was a crucial year that accelerated the trend of digital payments by as little as 3 years and maybe as much as 5 years. I agree with that. Now, I will say that the money supply was sped up for 3 years. If you may not have known, even without the stimulus and all this multi-trillion-dollar printing we've been doing, we still would have been at the same point in 3 years. So it did speed it up just in time for the Bitcoin cycle. Really like that. Over the next 10 years, the PayPal CEO believes cash as a form of payment could see a decline in usage. Really? Its detriment will also affect credit cards and the universally utilized. And then are you surprised by how many typos are in these articles all the time?
Yeah. I mean, I am surprised, but also I guess it's
the speed.
Yeah.
It's the speed to get the information out.
Tons of SEO content.
Yeah. This is supposed to say will also affect credit cards and the universally utilized forms of payments, like credit cards, checks, and wire transfers. Digital payments can add more value, according to Schulman, predicting a benefit for Bitcoin and digital currencies, he said. And so when all those things start to happen, then central banks need to rethink monetary policy as well, because you can't just issue more paper money into the system because people aren't using paper money. And so this is the advent of digital currencies. Is that like for Christmas?
No,
Advent?
I think he means like advantage, just abbreviation. I don't know. Like
Well, with Bitcoin, it feels like Christmas every day.
That's right. Especially today.
Yep. Bitcoin will rise with super apps. Now, this is very interesting, guys. The executive classified the legacy financial system as inefficient and called for ways to modernize it. What have we been calling for on this channel forever? For it to be more inclusive and cost efficient. On average, a transaction on the system can have an average 2.8% fee. Therefore, many must transact outside of it. But when it comes to these super apps, where does it actually talk about these super apps on here? Let me use super apps. Just one of one?
Well,
May put a space in the
space,
middle.
yeah. There was one below it there.
Okay. In 10 years, PayPal and Bitcoin could be integrated with one of 6 to 10 super apps. These will work as a bridge, connecting people with other applications. Thus, users could have more control over their data in the way they interact with products or services. On the demand for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, Schulman said demand on the crypto side has been multiple-fold to what we initially expected. There's a lot of excitement. I just want you to remember, if you've been in here for years, if you've been in crypto for years, you're smarter and more visionary than some of the smartest, most visionary people in the world. They said they didn't expect this. Have you been here since 2017 or earlier? You expected this. That's why you've been here. Not if you were in here in 2017, you left in March of 2018, you just came back. But any person who's been in the space, watching content, consuming content, investing, making content, following all the socials around cryptocurrency, believing in crypto, then you would know, like, we expected this. This is what we saw coming. And this is happening. Now, I remember a very, very interesting article or video I saw on Facebook years ago. And it was basically about Chinese apps, okay? Now, if you didn't know, just a little bit of background on this. Chinese people are not allowed to use American apps. American people in general are not allowed to use Chinese apps. That's why ByteDance created TikTok, a separate entity of the original version, so it could be used in other places. That's why there's been a big debacle over WeChat. Like Trump tried to ban WeChat and stuff like that. WeChat is an app that's actually been able to kind of escape from the Chinese digital fencing and digital borders. And it's a way that people in China, Chinese people in America or in other parts of the world are able to communicate back home with, their people. And I like WeChat as an app. It's very good. It automatically translates. So like if I can do AMAs over there in English and they automatically convert in real time to Chinese. So a lot of cool stuff about it. But I remember reading about how because of this, China would take American apps and they would have to rebuild them. Well, in the process of rebuilding them, they would ask questions like, great example. Look at what Polkadot and Cardano have done compared to Ethereum. Okay, we love Ethereum, we love Polkadot, we love Cardano. But Polkadot and Cardano were started by guys that were in the ground floor of Ethereum and were like, wait a second, let's redo this. If we had to redo this, how would we redo it? And they're making, superior products. Now, Ethereum's still first mover advantage. I think they're going to fix their issues. But that's the same thing with China. Like, they would make these apps that they would have to go back to the drawing board and recreate Facebook and recreate Twitter and recreate Snapchat. That's what Justin Sun actually did, was recreate Snapchat, and China became a billionaire through it. And so the issue, or maybe just a multimillionaire, I don't know which, before he became a billionaire with Tron. But the whole thing is, these super apps are connectors. They make it where you can do everything on your phone, basically, that you would do, from writing a review to sending a payment to posting on social media. It's all done within one app. You don't have to switch between apps to do all this stuff. So this is saying that kind of the same thing for Bitcoin and for payments could be developing, to where these are super applications that utilize Bitcoin to where you don't have to leave and go to PayPal. You don't have to leave and go to your online bank, okay? You do it all within the app. And that is so visionary for what could possibly be coming down the pipelines. It's unbelievable. So that's really the most bullish case for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is if we go to a place where they're actually having to redo apps, create super apps for Bitcoin utilization. It's getting used out there, guys. We are heading to a very interesting place with Bitcoin. All right, so speaking of Cardano, Or do you guys know how many people I know call this Cardano?
Really?
Yeah, so many people call this Cardano.
Interesting.
Like, people I know that are invested in it, they still call it Cardano. Guys, it's Cardano. Cardano. Cardano developer IOHK strikes partnership with Ethiopian government. So, the partnership between IOHK and the Ethiopian government will see a blockchain-based identity solution rolled out to schools nationwide. And I tell you what, man, did you know Glamour Shots were still open?
Baller.
I didn't know Glamour Shots were still open, Charles. Can you drop me your Glamour Shots local affiliate so I can go get mine done?
I think we got some with Nick.
Oh, we did get some with Nick with the Gucci's on. I bought the Gucci glasses. Yeah, we'll have to get those Nick NFTs rolling out here pretty soon. So anyways, here we go. We got, in brief, IOHK has partnered with the Ethiopian government for a nationwide identity system based on Atala Prism. Since November, Ethiopia's Tigray region has been the scene of a bloody conflict, which has mired the government in controversy. So what they're looking to do here, this is very interesting. Yeah, Miguel is in the house, always telling you guys to smash the likes. How many people are watching?
13.5.
13.5. How many people have smashed the like button?
57.63.
Well, I want to get to 5,000. We got to 57. Let's get it up to 7,000 likes if you guys could. Just make sure. Smash that like button for us. But here we go. This could be the world's biggest blockchain deployment. This would be a blockchain-based national identity system rolled out throughout Ethiopia. Announced today, the deal will see Cardano-based decentralized identity solution Atala Prism, or maybe it's Atala Prism. I think it's probably Atala. Initially deployed in the country's schools. It will be used to create tamper-proof records of educational performance across 3,500 schools and 5 million students to instantly verify grades. So I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, now, just so you guys know, I pretty much always got A's for the most part, all throughout school. So I was never trying to hide my grades on my report card. But you know what I was trying to do? Hide my behavior reports, because I got all U's for unsatisfactory. One time I actually managed to go all the way down the page with all U's for unsatisfactory behavior. Now, that may shock you guys to know that there were rules and I was breaking them. Wouldn't be shocking to some people, but the fact is that, it wasn't a very well-behaved school. I'm waiting for some of my teachers to show up, the ones who are still alive. Waiting for them to show up in the chat. Miss Smithyman, where are you? So anyways, guys, the point here is I could always go home and forge a note. I'd go, not tell my mom, like, Mom, hey, got good grades on the report card. She'd be like, great. And not show her. She had to sign it. And then I just do those initials. My mom had a signature where she just did the initials. It's pretty easy to copy. I'm sorry, Mom, if you're listening. And so sometimes I get those unsatisfactory reports. And I just forge it up. See, Miss Smithyman, teacher saw it. Or my mom saw it, Well, with this, your blockchain identity system, kids, y'all screwed. Y'all are not going to be able to hide those grades from your parents anymore. Probably they already can't, I guess, with digital records and digital grades and stuff like this. But now, your humiliation of getting a D in basket weaving is going to go on the blockchain, saved forever. We might even make an NFT out of it. But yeah, so this is pretty interesting. The much hyped announcement had been leaked several months previously. But he also alluded to a big telecoms deal. This is Charles Hoskinson, of course, in Tanzania. Further announcement about Cardano's future in Africa are promised during a Cardano Africa special to be broadcast on Thursday. And we actually got asked about this at the conference. People wanted to know what this Cardano Africa special was going to be, if we were going to live stream it. No, we will not be live streaming the Cardano Africa special, but we will be monitoring what comes out of it, of course. And this is what I told people at the conference last week. This is what I'll tell you guys. I don't necessarily, suspect that there will be a gigantic rise in price or anything like that in Cardano from this announcement or this Africa special. This is more long-term into... Stop with all that freaking politics. Why are they saying... Why did I talk about politics?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't think I said anything about politics. But the point here is
I think
that
the chat's going back and
oh,
forth.
the chat's going back. Someone said Miss Smithyman is dead. I hope not. I hope Miss Smithyman is not dead. She was a decent teacher. She was all right. But anyways, I don't expect this to be a huge price increase. What we're looking at with Cardano with these Africa deals, this is why I say 4 years down the road, Cardano's got much more potential than it has now because it would be fully rolled out, ecosystem would be built, people would be using it, all these solutions will be used. And all of these African nations that Cardano is bringing in are going to increase the liquidity overall for Cardano like you wouldn't believe. You're talking about billions of people, okay? A lot of these people are unbanked. And so Cardano brings them into the banking and the financial system. And now, kind of like what happened with Coinbase, right? What happened with Coinbase and Cardano is it got listed on Coinbase and it didn't pump as hard as a lot of people suspected. A lot of that was baked into the rise in February, March. But what will happen is the next time Cardano goes onto a run, its potential is going to be much higher because there's a lot more liquidity for people to be able to buy it on Coinbase. So when there's hype and excitement around it, the price will go up. I fully suspect this type of stuff to be happening with these African deals. So these are more long-term prospects, not short-term. So that's why we're in Cardano, and I believe it's a long-term hold at this point. It looks like Ethereum has dropped now. It's back down to 26.32, but still looking pretty strong. Still well above the EMA ribbon, so something we'll just have to keep out on. Hopefully we can get new Ethereum all-time highs day after day after day, all the way to 3K or higher. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this stream, make sure to hit that like button for us. Today, guys, I just want you to know that I love you. That's all I got. Be blessed. Boy out.